Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, I think when you talk about like 70s New York, that's the one people go to.
The movie opens just a regular day. Walter Matthau is working on the subway. Everything's going as it should be until there's a hijacking on the subway, hijacked by the smooth British criminal Robert Shaw and his team of men, who include Martin Balsam, as well as Earl Hindman, who played Wilson on Home Improvement.
That's right.
And Walter Matthau is trying to get this like machinery working, while there's a wrench in it.
And it would have been easy to make it like a duel of wills between Robert Shaw and Walter Matthau. But what's beautiful about the film is, unlike something like the Tony Scott remake, is it never goes there. It's always like, oh, these are just two guys dealing with something.
And they are utterly uninterested in each other as people.
They're interested in solving the problem that they have in front of them. Robert Shaw being getting the money, and Walter Matthau being just fixing the situation so the day can keep going.
And Martin Balsam's character, I guess you know a little bit more about him, but all you know about him is later on you find out that he was somebody who was fired from the subway system, and you see his apartment, which is shitty.
Yes.
And from that, these haiku-like details, you build a whole image in your head of what he is.
I think this movie is also like one of the texts when it comes to heist films. Mm-hmm. And heist films is something that comes up all the time. Like people say, like, I like them. I like the mechanisms of them. And like when you take a step back and you ask yourself, well, what do I find appealing about it? Looking at Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, it's all right there on the surface. Because like you mentioned, you're not going in these characters' backstories. So that's not what's influencing the decisions that are being made. What's being influenced is who they are as people and how they react to things.
Yeah, and what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and through the ways they react to the things, you learn just a little bit about them.
Like, there's nothing in this movie that is a crazy thing that they have to do. The excitement is never generated by, like, Robert Shaw having to walk across two trains or have a fight on the top of a train. All these, like, little annoying everyday things that in different contexts are like, ugh, it drives me nuts. Here it's a life or death situation.